Hi, my name is Winsley, and welcome to my video covering the 21st Dev Diary for Age of Wonders 4. This one is on the Watcher update, specifically the research and magic victory conditions, and how they've changed that in the Watcher update, or how they're going to be changing that in the Watcher update. Right now there's an open beta, and I did a video on what I found most interesting from the open beta earlier this week, and I didn't talk at all about research speed and magic victory because I feel like these are two of the less interesting changes here, but nevertheless, that's what they decided to focus on in this dev diary, so that's what we're going to talk about here today. They start off by talking about the changes to research and how it's basically more expensive to get more tomes. As you get more tomes, the research cost for each thing goes up, and that means that you're going to have to decide between going for like tier 5 tomes or getting a bunch of tier 1 tomes, because there was a meta that emerged where a lot of people were just researching the lower tier um, tomes to get like the arrow enchantments, and then they could make their archers do a lot of damage for pretty cheap. It didn't cost a lot of mana, didn't cost a lot of gold to produce, and it didn't take too much research because it's all lower tier tomes. So what I really like about this is it's going to make it so you can't get everything in one game. I think that a lot of the Age of Wonders 4 games were feeling very like what's the word, monotonous. They felt the same. It wasn't very replayable because you could see everything in one match, and I think that this should really help out with that feeling of like I've seen this all before. Now you have to make more meaningful choices, and I think that that's the kind of gameplay that I generally enjoy. But like I haven't played around with it too much. I don't know if I actually enjoy this change yet. I feel like it would have been great if this was the way research worked when the game launched, but now people are used to having access to everything. It's kind of like taking their toys away. They're not going to enjoy it, even if it's like actually a better experience. Because they've adapted to the way the game was. But I think people will come around to this change in the end, because they'll see like um, they'll see the benefits once they get into practice, once they've actually played a few matches with this update. At least that's what I'm anticipating. I haven't, like I said, I haven't had much time with the open beta, and I haven't had the chance to use it in multiplayer. I'm going to try and do that this weekend and next weekend, and yeah, just test that stuff out to see if how I feel about it, and try to give my feedback, see if that can help out the devs at all. Um, what else do we have in here? That's pretty much it for tomes, I think. Yeah, they did change the requirements to getting tomes. So now that you don't need to get a tier 3 tome in order to get a tier 4 tome, you just need to get a certain number of tomes. So if you get a bunch of tier 1 tomes, you can just kind of skip past tier 2 tomes and 3 tomes to get to tier 4 tomes. Well, not really skip, but you can use those tome researches to help progress you to the later game stuff. They also added affinity requirements, so like you can't just get everything from all over different affinities, and have the best toys from everything. I, which is kind of how I was enjoying playing, but it was too powerful. I'm glad that there's going to be more of a focus on one way of playing. um, Magic Victory is now significantly changed. I, like I said, I haven't played with this, but I think that this is going to make single player a lot more fun. When you turn up the difficulty in the older versions of the game, or like the current version of Age of Wonders 4, then the AI would typically win from Magic Victory, or get close to winning from Magic Victory, because they could just sit back in their territory. You could be fighting a bunch of AIs, like 6 of them, and winning every battle, but like the one that you didn't get around to getting, they win from a magic victory just because the map's so big, and you can only make um so many powerful army stacks, versus they have army stacks that are powerful everywhere. So now we have to have gold ancient wonders that you explore out into the world and conquer and attach to your cities. And I think the AI is going to struggle a little bit with that, to the point that they probably won't ever be able to accomplish magic victory. Um, but it is a fun little thing that you can try and do if like you wanted to go for a different victory condition, something that maybe is easier based on certain maps and conditions around you than other victory conditions. Like, conquering everybody is a pretty challenging one. There's allied victory and then there's score victory. um, Score victory is, I guess, like the easiest one to win if you're willing to put in the time. I don't know. It's hard to really compare them all against each other, but I think Magic Victory is now going to be, if these changes make it into like the base game, I think that Magic Victory will be more in line with the other ones. Um, Now that there are a few other changes uh, to this that I may be forgetting, but that's basically it. Is now it should just be. Oh, yeah, right. They did talk about how this unlock actually works. I think once you get an ancient wonder, you can bind it. That's what they mentioned in here. And then once it's bound, you can get an Age of Order spell. And these don't take up slots. They kind of go off to the side, which is interesting. I'm glad they don't take up a slot. That uh, means that it's either gonna it's gonna be taking up a place of something you actually want, or you're not going to be able to get this when you want it. So now it's just off to the side. It's kind of like having an extra pick, kind of like in Stars when you get +1 research. I love those types of abilities. They make the game a lot more manageable. You can play it the way you want to play. Uh, yeah, let's see. The number of ancient wonders are going to be dependent on the map, just like how the other Magic Victory condition had. Actually, no, those didn't depend on the map side. There's just 3 of them. Yeah, so this is another significant change to the Magic Victory condition. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's everything we have in this dev diary. I'm not sure if we're going to get another one next week talking about some of the other changes, or if we're going to get the open beta soon. But yeah, I'll see you around. Have a good one.